Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode on the HermitCraft Feed the Beast server. So I need to grab some of these guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. Great. Yeah, I got a lot of these rocky princesses just kind of scattered everywhere. Got 119 over here and like 30 over there. Yeah, we've been doing a lot of quarrying, got a lot of those bees. I think I saw over at the main base at our main storage area over there, we have over 400 in a barrel. And something I've noticed about these alvearies, you look right there and it looks like that's missing all the middle blocks except for that very center one. Well, I guess these frame housings act like chests and they only render so far away, so that's kind of funny. Oh, rain, really? Okay, it looks like it's gonna be going again. Yeah, I really want to set up that automatic rain thing. I still have yet to do that. Soon, we will do that soon. Today, though, I want to work on something. Over here, I have started setting up some more bees, and these are the guys that we did a little while ago. Well, let's see here. Let me just grab these, and we will grab most of those. Yeah, I don't think we need any in there. Okay, these are the leporine bees. These are the ones we got around Easter time, so a few weeks ago, I think. I bred these bees, and I haven't really done anything with them, so now it's time to do something with them. So what I want to do today is I want to work on a way to actually get automatic frames going into our hives over here. So if we run low on a resource, we can just flick a switch or something, have all the frames, enter in all of our frame housings, and we will start mass producing that particular item right away. Okay, so I put the bees in this one, right? Yep, and I was checking this, and this is fine. I'm pretty sure this should all be set up white, any bees, green, anything. Yes. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and assume that I did everything right when I hooked up all this stuff, and I don't have to worry about anything. Now, I thought that the other day, it was the redstone bees that we hooked up. I thought that I had everything set up for those, and nope, I didn't. Turns out I was missing a pneumatic tube, so I had a set of, well, I guess about half of the bees, I was missing a tube like one of these or something, so half of the bees weren't making their items going into this item test rack, and they're all just spilling out on the ground, which sucks. But luckily I found that. I was thinking we're getting the redstone a little bit slower than we should have been, and yep, that was the problem. So make sure you get your pipes always hooked up all the way 100% when you are doing bee automation stuff. It looks like we are running short. Let's see. Yeah, that one's in there. So I will fill this one up with 11. Hopefully that's enough to turn that princess into the leporine. And finally, I think this is the last one that's missing a princess. Yep. So now I just gotta wait for these guys to breed for a little while, make a bunch more of the drones, and I can stick it in here. Was there one more? I can't remember. Yeah, I need about 30 more drones, and then we can get all these hives going. Awesome. Okay, so why am I doing the leporine bees? Well, the leporine bees, as we saw, they have a specialty of an egg, but that's not what I'm concerned about. They make stringy combs, I think. Yeah. The combs that they make, I'm pretty sure it's stringy combs. They make silky propolis. Maybe it's silky comb. Oh man, let's look this up. Silk. Oh, I have my thing set. Let's do that. Okay, silk. Yeah, they make a silky comb, which makes a silky propolis, which in turn can be recentrifuged into a silk wisp. So this is the first step of getting automatic frames into our hives, are these silk wisps. We're going to turn 3 silk wisps into string. And the string we can use with either the impregnated sticks, or we can use the impregnated sticks to make the impregnated frames, or we can use regular sticks and make untreated frames, which don't last that long. I think that's what we're going to end up doing, is using the untreated frames, just because it's the easiest way to make frames. Yeah, they don't last very long, but it doesn't require a whole bunch of effort either. Later on, I might hook up a way to do the impregnated sticks automatically, and we can start using the seed oil down here that we've been collecting that we did last episode. So if we look down here, this tank is almost half full. We've been doing pretty good on collecting the seed oil, so that is awesome. Not really even sure how much seed oil you need to create the impregnated sticks, but I wouldn't imagine it'd be that much. Probably a lot less than it takes to make an impregnated casing for the alveoli blocks. But yeah, that's probably what we're going to end up using this seed oil for, just impregnated sticks for automatic frame stuff. But today, we're just going to do it the simplest way possible and do the untreated frames. Okay, so let me get some things together real quick, and we will be right back. Okay, guys, so we are back. Let's check out some other things that I've done. Off camera, I made an ME crafting monitor. This thing will show you what's currently being crafted, and if you told it to craft something that's missing materials, it shows down here. Now, I think I complained, or I said something about that in the last episode, that there's no way to know if you're missing something or not. Maybe that's a couple episodes ago when we were making these extra discs. Well, this crafting monitor actually will tell you what it's missing. So this is going to be very helpful, like if we're making more discs or, you know, pretty much any other complicated craft. So that's pretty cool. Okay, so what I want to do, let's go ahead and take a look at this. I need a pattern. Well, I will probably need 2 patterns. I'm going to need, silk wisp. Yep, I'm going to need one of these guys. I have a tome here. I'm also going to need wood. So let's grab, where is the oak wood? Oh, I got 164,000 of them. That's quite a lot. Okay, so let's see. I'm also going to need redstone. Yep. Awesome. Okay, so we need to make 2 patterns. Which one of these is the pattern thing? All right, let's stick it over here. Okay, so the first pattern, we're going to take silk wisps that we're getting from the bees, and 3 of those turns into a string. I already have the apiary suit, and the only other things you can make with this stuff would be like, I guess some of those backpacks or whatever. Things that I'm not quite interested in. I'm just interested in getting string from the bees, essentially for free. So let's put the pattern right here, and whoops, clicked it twice, and we will do that. Oh, another thing I found out, you can re-encode these things. So if you click this off and do that or whatever, you go encode. Actually, let me take this off. Oh, I thought you could change this. Let me see. If I put a log in there and I go to encode, yeah, there it goes. 4 oak planks with 1 oak wood. Yeah, so you can re-encode that. So let's do this, and we'll encode that. So it does 1 string with 3 silk wisps. Awesome. So the next part of this, this is how we're automatically going to get a string. But yeah, we're going to do the tome plus an oak plank, or I'm sorry, an oak log and redstone. This is why we set up the redstone bees. And we can do this, and it crafts 2 extra logs. So let's encode that. Oh, I need to put the pattern and encode. Awesome. All right. So we put all this stuff back in here. And we put our patterns in here. They can go anywhere. And we got all of this stuff in here ready to do more patterns. What did I have in this last one? Was this, this is all like my bee stuff. Crafting the different dusts. Oh, did I already have? Oh, I must have already did that when I was playing around with this before. Okay, we got another one of those. And, yep. So now we got the string and the logs. That's awesome. Okay, so, we're going to need one more pattern because we're going to need to make the untreated frames, right? So let's do another pattern. And then I need 1 string. Oh, got a lot of string. 1 string. And I need stick. Just a regular stick. Okay. I suppose I could run through all these impregnated sticks. Maybe we'll do that later. This is just to get this set up for now, and then we can switch this out to something else at a different time. Okay, so we'll do 1 string, and we'll surround that with sticks. Yep. And that makes our untreated frame. Awesome. Let's encode that. Now, I forget if I'm just want to check this out. So if we do 1 log. Does this turn into 8 sticks? So a log turns into 4 planks, which turns into, 8 sticks. So each log is 1 frame. So each redstone makes 2 frames, essentially. Each redstone and, some silk wisps. Okay, so this is going to be pretty cool, I think. So let's take this one. We have the the silk wisps into the string. We have the wood into more wood. And then we have the untreated frame thing. So let's take a look at this. If we go to craftable, we got all this stuff in here now. So actually, before we do that, let's look at how much redstone we have right now. So we have 35,000 pieces of redstone. That's a lot. So if we take that redstone, where's the craftable? Oh, I don't want to craft that. Let's do wood. Let's go to the craftable. So let's craft this, and I'm going to just do the maximum amount, which is 4,000. Let me just type in some numbers here. There we go, 4,096. Begin. So we can check out this right here. Yeah, it's crafting this. Item requested. I'm not really sure how this thing works. I don't know what LP stands for. Items requested. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, but if we come in here, okay. So yeah, we can probably see this being made. Yeah, it's making quite a lot, like 20 more planks or logs at a time. And we look at the redstone. Yeah, and that's going down, about 10 at a time, maybe 15 at a time, something like that. So yeah, this is a pretty good way to make more wood. So all that can be done inside the applied energistics. I don't have to do anything outside of that. All the redstone is coming in, creating all that wood. All the silk is going to be coming in, creating all the string. And then all we would have to do is, if we do untreated, we could craft an untreated frame. But before we do this, let's see how much string we have. We have 1,000, right? Was that what it was? I can't remember. Yeah, we have 1,079, so we can make at least that many string. And how much silk wisps do we have? Only 128. That's not too many. Okay, so let's do craft, and let's craft, I don't know, 500 of these? I think we have enough to do that, right? So let's do 500 and begin. So let's check this out over here. Oh, it must be done with the logs. Okay, that's good. Okay, so yeah, I'm still getting used to this interface. Untreated. Actually, I guess we can just type frame. Frame, yep. Oh yeah, there we go. 500. Awesome. Okay, so now we have our untreated frames. All this stuff is being generated within our network. The next step is, how do we get all those frames over to the bees? Well, I was thinking maybe we could run some of this ME cabling, all the way over to those hives, and we could hook up some of those export things on a router. And yeah, that would be pretty good. Although it's a lot of cabling, which would probably increase how much power our thing's using. We're only doing 50 units a tick right now. I don't think that's actually too much. That might be like 10 MJ or something. I'm not quite sure what that conversion rate is. But I was thinking, since DMAC made me some of these purple ender chests a while ago when he was trying to give me some sticks, that we could use ender chests to do this. Okay, so we're going to need an export bus. Yep, let's grab an export bus. And we are going to need some routers. 2 routers. We are going to need the ejector upgrade. What else do we need? We need 2 machine filter upgrades, I think. Is that these? Yep, 2 machine filter upgrades. We can sort that. I think that is all we need. Okay, so if we come over here, and this would just be temporary, but if we take this export bus and we stick that right here, we can take one of these ender chests, put that right there. Let's flick this guy around so it's pointing where we wanted. Awesome. Okay, so let's check out an untreated frame. We'll grab one of these and put it right in here. And now our ender chest is full of these untreated frames. Very, very awesome. Okay, so now that we have that, we can come over to where our bees are. And I think the first one that I want to do is going to be these bees right here that are making our silk wisps. Oop, that's a problem. I need to put a drone in there just so other things aren't filtering into that chest or that barrel. There we go. Okay. How's this one? Oh yeah, are these guys making any drones yet? It's down to 9 on that one. 14. Yeah, they could all use chocolate frames in there to help speed this up. Okay, so now that we have the ender chest full, the next step is going to be taking these routers. We just need to attach it to one of these alvearies pretty much anywhere. So let's do that and that. Okay, so this one, we are going to say insert into the top sides of tile XRB alveary, right? This one, we are going to say insert... No, we are going to say eject into the yellow side. So let's grab the ejector. This one is going to eject into item router, right? Okay, now we need an ender chest right there, and we can say, oh, I did that wrong. I keep getting confused on this. This one's going to eject to the east. It's going to extract from the ender chest. So ender chest there, extract. There we go. So it should be extracting. I can't tell if this thing's doing anything. There is a frame right in there. We have frames in here. Why is this going so slow? Maybe it needs a speed booster upgrade. Well, it is taking the frames out, right? So this is extracting from the ender chest and ejecting to the east right over here. This one is inserting into the tile XRB alveary. Yeah, so all of these should be getting frames now. Right? Yeah, just going to take it a minute. I suppose I could get a speed booster upgrade for that, and that would probably help this out, make this go a little bit faster. But this should be all that we need to do to get frames into these things remotely from our ME network. Where are the rest of these frames? Over here? Yep, this one's got the frames in it now. Awesome. How about these guys? That's got frames. Yep. Okay, so now we should be producing this stuff like crazy. We're going to be getting a lot of eggs, and that's something that I need to worry about, actually. When I was setting these up before, I had these going overnight just so we could produce more of these leporine drones so I could put them into these other hives. And I forgot to filter out the eggs. So when I got back on today, I went over here and I was checking it out, and I noticed all of my routers were completely, or I'm sorry, not my routers, my centrifuge down there were completely full of eggs. Oh, that was such a pain. Yeah, I definitely need to, well, let's check out how many eggs we have right now. 583, is that what that says? Yeah, 583, I think. Yeah, that is way too many eggs. I don't think we're going to need that many for anything. Even if we were to set up a chicken farm, we wouldn't need that many. Okay, so let's start taking these eggs. Oh, I got all these silky combs on me. Yeah, let's grab an egg. And I want to filter these just so they get voided. Okay, so our void pipe is the red path on here. And our red path is full. Okay, so now we're gonna have to do something tricky. I need to, let's see, what would I do here? I need to take this golden pipe, I think, and change that to an iron pipe. All right, so let's do an iron pipe. And I need, nope, that should be all I need. Yeah, if this is turned into an iron pipe, we can do a golden pipe from the bottom up, and that should work. This is just going to suck for a minute. We're probably going to have items everywhere for just a few seconds. Okay. There we go. Oh, that wasn't too bad. Okay, so now we can take this pipe right there. Oop, I'm voiding everything. That's not what I want to do. Red. Or just eggs on the red. Okay. So, yeah, I saw some ruby combs and things get voided. That sucks, but that's only a few items. It's not a big deal. I'm not like I'm running short on any of those things. So hopefully now all the eggs should come through this golden pipe. I just want to wait and see if we can see one. We should be getting one almost any second now. I think they come through like every 30 seconds. Oh. Okay, this is what happened. This top pipe right here, this top diamond pipe, earlier in trying to fix the problem with everything being clogged up with eggs, I took an egg and I put it on the green path. So it didn't go down to that chest. But now we're going to let that go down one more pipe. There it goes. Now we're taking the eggs. They're going down into the second diamond pipe. And they're going to be voided. Awesome. Okay, so that takes care of that problem. So how many eggs did we end up getting in that? 638 of them now. Man, that is so many eggs. Okay, so that solves our egg problem. And now we have the items or the frames heading over there. So if we look at frames, has it used up any additional ones? Well, we had 500 to start with, and we have 27 in here, plus 6 times 12. So that seems about right. Okay. So yeah, this is going to keep this stocked with frames, and when they need them over there, it will be used. So I was also thinking about this. We can do an on-off switch for these. Say we only want frames going into maybe the oil bees for a certain amount of time. So we hook up a different ender chest, maybe black, 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 some other color combination, right? We hook that up. We have the export bus going in there, and then we can put a lever on the export bus and say only active with the redstone signal. So we have to give it power, and then it'll fill up the chest full of frames. Otherwise, the chest will run out, and then all of the frames over there at the bees are no longer being used. So I think that might be a good way to set that up. And I could take those, stick it down here, maybe have some kind of a resource monitor in this wall. That would be a good use for this wall. Have a resource monitor down there. And maybe when it gets below a certain point on an item, I flick a lever, we send frames over there, start mass producing all that stuff, and then we got the problem solved. Is it nighttime? No, it's just raining. Okay, so let's take care of this rain. Right, so I think what I'm going to do is I am going to hook up that ender chest into a different spot. I want to put it in a spot where we can put a lever. I'm going to look at making a resource monitor. I know there's one of those that you can make. Let's actually look at this real quick. I'm not sure what goes into that. So if we do applied energistics crafting terminal. Oh, storage monitor. There it is. Oop. Storage monitor. Okay, so what goes into that? A level emitter, cable, glass, and iron. Okay, that's not bad. All right, so let me make one of these. We'll check this out, and I will be right back. All right, guys, so I've done some stuff off camera here. I went and I opened up the room a little bit more behind the centrifuges, and I ran some cabling, but I figured we should finish it up together, just so I'm not doing everything off camera. Last episode, I put this staircase in here, this entrance, and I had some good comments about it. People liked it, but I also had suggestions that I should do it on this other side back here. So I thought about that, and I installed another entrance here. And yeah, I'm noticing that my stairs have turned a different color. These are supposed to be balsa stairs. All of these are supposed to be balsa. And some of these have turned into cherry or something. I'm not sure what this is. Let's break that. It looks like, yeah, it's a balsa stair now. That's weird. It's got the wrong coloring on it for some reason. But yeah, I made this other entrance over here, and it just comes out behind my golden chests. And I think I would rather have this be the main entrance down to the B area as opposed to this entrance here. I might go and get rid of this one. I did like it, but it just feels like it's kind of in the middle of everywhere here. I also went ahead and I removed most of the flower spam just on this flat area. I left all the flowers on the mountain, so that's still there, but there were just way too many flowers here. One thing that I've noticed right now, if I hit F3, you can see my FPS is dropping down like 30, 29, things like that. Something around here is really killing my frame rate. It wasn't that bad before, and I'm not sure if it's all the wrath lamps. I'm not sure if it's all these flowers. I know in Minecraft, if you have a bunch of, say, fence posts around, the game has to render the fence post, and it's going to render the transparency so you can see through it. It's not a full block, and it's got to do the same thing for the fence post behind it and render that transparency and etc. Basically, if you have a lot of fence posts in one area, you're really going to kill your frame rate. And DMAC thought that maybe these flowers are causing the same issue, since they kind of do the same thing. They're rendered and then they have to be rendered like the transparency. So I'm wondering if maybe all these flowers around, like the flowers in this tall grass, might be contributing to the low frame rate. But yeah, so I figured it might be a good idea just to get rid of a lot of the flowers around here. Besides, I like the green grass, not all those flowers. Okay, so off camera, I've done some stuff. Like I said, I opened up this room back here a little bit more. I made it the same dimensions as this wall. We were already down one level below, so I leveled out this floor. And I opened this up, made it too wide, and I ran some ME cabling here. Okay, so let's get this all hooked up. First things first, I need to grab some more cable. So let's grab this stuff. 46 should probably do us. And I think what I'm going to do, is I'm going to run the cabling down like this maybe. Not the prettiest thing, but this is behind the scenes. We will never see this unless we're back here doing maintenance. So it's not a huge deal. And I think we will run it right along here as well. Oops, wrong spot. There we go, and it connects. Awesome. Okay, so now we got all this cable hooked up. That's probably going to be using a little bit more of our power or the energy units, but that is fine. Oop, I left a spot there. Let's fix that. My OCD is going to get at me. Stone. Yep, let's grab some of this. Awesome. And fill that guy in. Great. Okay. So we have this cabling that's running all the way down here. And we're going to connect some monitors to this stuff. So let's check those out. I've already made one of them. Oh, my hole's down here now. You gotta remember, I don't fly up to the ceiling anymore. I've made a crafting monitor. Let's see, it's right here. Yep, crafting monitor. So let's get this guy hooked up. Maybe we'll stick it right here for now. I can move it later. This shouldn't be too bad. So we'll put the crafting monitor there. And I want to monitor... Let's do the untreated frames. Untreated frames. Okay, so I take one of these. And all you gotta do is right-click it on the monitor as long as it's attached to that cable and it's not part of our network. And it should tell us, yep, how many items are in there. Okay, so you can right-click it with anything and I'll switch those items and show you what else you got. That's pretty cool. But you can use a crescent hammer or one of your wrenches, like a Buildcraft wrench, I guess. Shift and right-click on it and you can lock it. So now if you try and click other stuff on there, it doesn't change. This is what we want. Okay, so now we have that done. Let's look in our ender pouch and grab a lever. The lever is going to be our on-off switch. When the power is on, it is going to send frames to wherever. This being, let's see, what should we have right there? Because this is going to be the one that's going to tell our stringy or the silky combs to give those frames. So do I want string? Maybe we should do string instead. That might be a good idea. But for now, just for this demonstration, let's get this going. So we have the untreated frames here, 344. Okay, so that is this side of it. Let me open up the wall. Let's see, where would be a good spot? Maybe right here. Let's open up this wall so we can just get back here a little bit faster. We need to hook up some other stuff to get this to work. So we have that lever there, and that lever is going to be attached to an export bus. Let's break this. Okay, so that lever is going to be attached to an export bus. I guess the export bus is going to be on the other side of it. Yep, just like that. And we're going to do active with signal. Okay. So below that, we should put our ender chest. And on this, we are going to put the untreated frame. And finally, we need to flick this around so it puts items back into the center chest. Okay, so is this, let's see. This is set to be active with signal. And that signal is right below. Oh, I didn't turn this on. There we go. Okay, yeah, we can see it's pulling out of the network now. All those items are going into the ender chest. And this has been turned off for a while, so it's probably going to be all going into the alvearies as well, into the frame housings over there. So this number is probably going to slowly trickle down for just a little bit. Yep, that is awesome. Okay, so now we have a monitor here, and we can detect the level of all the different stuff in our network. So I could grab something else. Let's do logs. Oh, it's not logs. I keep thinking it's called logs. The oak wood is just wood. Okay, so let's grab one of these. And let's do monitor. Let's make another one of these. Awesome. Okay, so let's stick this guy right next to here. And we will put in oak wood. Right click that. It's locked. Awesome. So now we can put another thingy. And I'm going to have this hooked up. So when we run low on logs, I can flick a lever and it'll create more for us. So that will be awesome. It'll probably be hooked up slightly different than this. I don't know how I can say a redstone signal to craft more through the ME network, ME storage up there. But we'll figure that out at some other point. Okay, so this is great. Maybe we could hook up another one that shows us how much string we have. Actually, that's probably what this one should be, not the logs. Let's do string. Let's see. String. Whoop, strong. String. 579. That's not too many, actually. So yeah, we have one that's going to show us our frames, one that's going to show us a string. So let's unlock that. Put string in there. Great. And we will relock it. Alright guys, so we got this all hooked up. We can now monitor how much of the silk wisp we have, how much of the string we have, and how much of the untreated frames we have. So I think the next step would be to upgrade this system so we can automatically produce the impregnated sticks. Since we're getting all this seed oil, we should automatically craft the impregnated sticks, put that into the AE network, and have it automatically craft the impregnated frames and send those over. Because if we do it that way, we can use the redstone that's coming in. We can use that a little bit more. It'll cut down on how much of this string we're using, since the impregnated frames last for a lot longer than the untreated frames. But this was a good test, just to get this up and running, just to make sure everything works. The next thing is to really make sure that we get the leporine bees. They all need to be converted into the purebred leporine bees. So they all have the elongated life, and they have the fast worker trait and all that stuff. We're getting the silk wisps at a pretty good rate, but yeah, it's definitely going to need to be faster because we are using a lot of these untreated frames. Alright guys, I think that is going to do it for today's episode. This was a lot of fun checking out the automatic crafting and getting frames hooked up over there. Finally putting those disk drives and the routers to use. And once I get this all hooked up, we will be able to monitor all of our different resources that we need, and just with a flick of a lever, create a whole bunch more at any given time. So that will be awesome. Alright guys, thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.